mean, as good as it's gonna be before November anyway.
So what? Look, man, you people,
Yeah.
you people wanted Kamala gone, or not Kamala, Joe Biden gone. Sorry, um, and you got your wish, and now you got Obama 2.0, and with Hillary Clinton's B sides as slogans.
That's a new one.
So I figured everybody would be happy. And can we admit she'd be the hottest president ever?
Well, I think somebody put. We have questions, Jason, about you and hers past. Like, is there a dating history? Thank you.
No. You know why? A, I'm not old enough, and B, I don't have enough money.
Okay.
And then there's this.
Because I nut quick.
There's that.
Oh my God. Wow. First 15 minutes. All right. All right. We're there.
Cackling Kamala. Can you imagine me and Kamala cackling together?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But how much could we get done, Jason, if you were to start dating Kamala?
A lot, because I would talk to my father-in-law, Donald Harris, the great Marxist economist, Donald Harris, and be like, D money. We need you in here to advise right now. And then he come in, Lord of mercy, because he's Jamaican, and he just
Oh my God. But you didn't hear she's a communist.
Yeah, that's not true.
A CAMunist. A KAMunist.
Someone says Jason isn't into the Cougars. You fucking don't know me that well.
Oh boy.
I can't mess with you unless you got a bad hip. I'm trying to talk to you. If everything's functioning properly, I'm trying to talk to you. But we did bring Dan in here to not fuck with him.
Right.
Get you though.
It's gonna be funny. There's always gonna be there's always a comment of someone that says like, "I get tired of all the banter." It's like, do you know that we're gonna work out a whole fucking routine of banter? And we're gonna lie and say we're gonna ask a question, then banter more just to fuck with you. Yeah, like don't write those comments. Anyway, as I was saying, Biden's immigration policies versus Trump's. Where did the questions go? I lost them. Dan, how would you assess the Biden administration's immigration policies compared to those of the Trump era? Has there been any substantial change, or is it more of the same? As I said in the introduction, there seemed to be, I don't want to say lip service, but there were these kind of sweeping reforms that seemed like they were coming through, mainly the halt of construction of the border wall, which everybody looked at as Trump's big policy platform, and also the reinstatement of the, not reinstatement, what do you call it? We don't want Muslims here. Flyban.
Ending like Muslim ban, pausing MPP and, rolling back some of it. Yeah, there was so much that was promised. And like initially, right, we saw some of that stuff happen. And then the administration actually just had to face up to the realities of both like the political pressures that were going to get put on them to actually have more than just a temporary solution for some of that stuff. And I'm not in any way like, trying to give Biden a break. But the truth is that like the administration inherited a mess from Trump, had no plan going into that mess, and then quickly had to start walking back a lot of the changes that, I would hesitate to even call them positive because they were just not negative anymore. But at any rate, started, re-upping on the very things that they platformed against for Trump, right? To the point now where we are currently under basically the same restriction on asylum access and border access at the southern border right now as we had under Trump. Plus or minus the fact that now you have to use an app to get an appointment at the border for CBP that's in 3 languages plus English. Anyway, we don't have to
now
talk
the
about
app, and it's not in any
it. Oh
indigenous
God, no,
communities.
hell no, hell no.
So how do look as someone that lives by the border? I don't know if people know what people look like at the border, but they definitely aren't a bunch of Mexicans trying to run through like people think it is. It's a ton of indigenous people from Central and South America, and a lot of Venezuelans as well.
Yeah.
And there's languages that these people speak that a lot of people don't know. So if you have to go through an app, I'm going to go on a limb and say these people that have like these homemade carriers for their kids that are like hand woven probably don't have cell phone access.
Yeah.
How do you
And they
charge it
only,
anyway?
yeah, and it's something that they have to actually repeatedly sign up for every morning, log in. There's only a certain amount of spots available that are designated as like a first come first serve, and the rest are thrown into a lottery. So somebody who just got there could get an appointment at the border the same day to be processed by CBP. Someone who's been there 7 months may be trying over and over, like you said, borrowing, stealing a phone, trying to get in. Anyway, and that's just to get an appointment, right? That's not anything. It's not entry. It's not immigration processing, your chance to seek asylum, none of that, right? Literally just to present yourself at the port of entry to be processed by CBP. So in so many ways, it is the exact same or worse in some senses that since Trump's time in office, we've built on the militarization piece of the border. We've built out technologies to start tracking people better. This is a kind of far-flung thing, but ICE is also, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, has also started collecting DNA samples from non-citizens on
Whoa.
a massive scale. There's a report from Georgetown about it. It's a whole separate topic. But at any rate, there's so much happening right now that is, again, just as bad or worse. And as a reminder, I guess, for me coming into what may be another Trump era in practice, that the truth is like this machine is so efficient at grinding up people and destroying sort of any kind of actual progress towards community building, towards power, that the figurehead, the executive part, by and large sets the tone, but has far less power, as we've seen, to meaningfully inject some kind of positive reform. And so there was all of that beautiful talk, and I expect the same thing from Harris, right? We'll hear a bunch of really nice things said about DACAs. Dreamers will, the
Because
family of
Biden,
U.S. citizens, but
he reinstated DACA, correct?
well, in large part, like stopped the process of pulling it out from the the legal scheme. So as of right now, it is still more or less in place, plus or minus some lawsuits that are blocking parts of it.
And Title 42 has gotten a little more complicated, right? It's not they stopped enforcing it,
Yeah,
but they only
basically,
enforce it for certain people.
yeah. Title 42 has been basically rolled back, but again, never actually like faced a significant like legal challenge. So it's sort of in the future, right, that could be re-implemented at any time where people get
Yeah.
bounced. And I guess to like hook that actually with a piece of legislation that VP Harris backed at the beginning of the year, that but for Trump actually probably would have had a good chance of passing a border bill that would have allowed CBP to completely shut off the border if a certain amount of folks, there were a certain amount of encounters over a few days or a week period or something like that. So in effect, something like Title 42 or a Title 42 light that's now codified into law, right? That there's basically saying, yeah, you just do this anytime you want now. You don't have to have a public health or any other kind of crisis. You can just stop it.
They're just a public charge.
Yeah, it just if too many people are coming, based on some arbitrary number that way.